you going, Goran? How you doing, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Oh, awesome, mate. I just want to make sure I'm getting your name right. Is it pronounced Goran or?
I was going to say it's probably better just to say Goz, because every time I hear Goran, I want to look over my shoulder thinking I'm in trouble with my wife or my mum. Yeah, that's the only time I hear Goran. So yeah, just go with Goz. Probably easier.
So how do you pronounce it properly so I can get it right in the future?
Proper pronunciation is Goran.
Goran. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
There you go. But you said Goza. Prefer the old Goza, eh?
That's it. Goza. Yeah.
Goza. That's the way. Oh, I like that. Goza. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, mate, yeah, you've done the deed. You've miraculously pulled off first of the kind. You've defeated the South Australian Chili champion to now become the new current South Australian Chili champ. How does that feel, mate? You've taken the title.
It's pretty crazy, man. Like, yeah, something I just sort of on a whim just went for a bit of a laugh, and then can't believe I'm here now. Even after the first go, I was actually surprised I was going to go for a state championship final, and then to win that one, it's pretty crazy, pretty epic.
Absolutely, mate. And like, it's always interesting hearing the journey that our competitors have gone on, what they've done for training, how they've gotten there, their tactics, and everything else in between. What do you think was the thing that was working for you that got you across the line this year?
I think it was just sheer stubbornness and willpower. When I spoke to my wife about it, like saying when I entered the chili contest, she was like, yeah, whatever. And then afterwards, I said, oh, how'd you think I'd go? And she was like, oh, I thought because of your stubbornness, you'd finish top 3. So to take it out was pretty good, yeah.
That's fair enough. And the funny thing was, I do remember, I think it was Danny from Up and Smoke Chili. He's the guy that wrestled you in.
Yeah.
And he's just going, this guy. He goes, that's the guy I talked to. Like, you know, and you were, I don't think you were even going to the Chili Festival to compete. You were just going to get out or something. Is that the story?
Yeah, it was just a day out with the family, and I saw the stand there. I saw Danny and his brother, and I'm like eyeing them up. They're eyeing me up, and then he waved me over. I come over and sort of had a bit of a chat, and never seen a competition before. And I said, what's on the menu? And he gave me a quick rundown. I said, oh, how many people signed up? He goes, you'll be number 4, and there's first, second, and third place. I'm like, sweet, put me up. Come back at 2 o'clock, and then I realised it was a serious competition. There was like 20 plus people there, so yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd have been, it was funny because we put all our feelers out, and it's funny. That's the weird thing about chili competitions is if you rock up early, you know, it might seem like there's no one, but then there's all these last minute people like, oh, give it a go. Oh, you know, the friends are like, do it, man, I dare, you know?
Yeah.
And like, that's half the stories of the chili community is like, oh, yes, I went in on a dare, and the rest is history, you know? It's sort of funny like that you just sort of don't know where you're going to start your journey or how you got there. It's funny. It's just sort of like, oh, well, I'm here now. May as well give it a red hot crack and do my best. Yeah.
But yeah, the big thing for me was when we lined up on stage, and obviously I don't use any social media or anything, and I was front bank center on all the cameras and stuff, and I'm like getting the giggles from my wife saying sucked in, like you popped my cherry, my social media cherry. Now, thanks, Phil. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like, it's one thing to sort of say that people go, "Oh, yeah, I'm not really on social media much," but like, you don't have any social media presence. That was the
about you. You basically popped my cherry. So at least it was you, not a priest. So
yeah, it's better than a I was going to say better than a priest. So being from South Australia, all the churches, but anyway. No, it was just funny that conversation with you going, so how do I get in contact with you? How do I get this interview going? And then we had to sort of go on a few segues to get you here tonight. But now you're here. I guess we're going to ask you from the start, mate, you know, was this like a one-off thing or have you got like a first chili experience that sort of it got you into the chili world or the chili game? Like, you know, some people seem to start young, or some people just have like this one moment where they're like, oh, that was good, let's do that again.
Yeah, probably started back in the early 80s. There was a small village in the western suburbs of Sydney. It was a little hut where I was born, little manger, all the animals around there and stuff, and they were all on the spit spinning around. These 3 kings came in. The Sydney Kings, I think one of them was Steve Carfino. And that's going too far back. No, I've sort of always eaten spicy food and stuff. Experimented here and there back in my 20s and stuff. So I like the spicy food, like nothing really extreme. I've had a few goes here and there with some of the extracts and stuff like that, and taking the piss with mates. But yeah, nothing of this level. And yeah, the fact that like I pulled through it, I thought, oh, I'm actually not bad at this, so might as well keep going, have a crack, and like started doing a bit of the training and stuff. And yeah, the other thing I wanted to say to you was, that's my old lady. That's the bearded lady. Where I got this from.
Oh, your mum. Was it Angelka Angisladojevic? Is that right? Or is that a terrible pronunciation?
That's right.
You're like, let's not. Well, thanks, Mum, for did your mum burn you a few times when you're growing up as well?
Yeah, well, that's why she showed the chilies, because she used to use paprika instead of talcum powder in my nappies.
What?
Your
nappies. You're like, oh, yeah. Smoke it.
Yeah, well, I was probably 3-4 years old when this came through, so I was a bit of a late bloomer. So I've only just gone into it. Yeah.
That's great, mate. And so we've touched on one of the things that you touched on, and you said before, is that you got Serbian blood. So you born in Australia, you got 2 Serbian parents that came here a while back. Are Serbians much into the chili? Like, is there much of a chili culture in Serbia?
A little bit, like obviously, like that's where I've come up with I've sort of being a novice to all this sort of stuff. I've got to come up with a nickname. I feel bad, like all new to this. So I thought, like, in Serbian, Feferona is basically chili.
Love you, son.
There you go. She's not going to give up.
yeah. Thanks, Mum. Yeah, comment as much as you want, Mum. Now you got any embarrassing stories that we know? He's like, no. So yeah, tell us. So what was it? It was Fefe Rona. Is that right?
Yes, I thought. Chili's originated in Central and South America, so I thought like Jefe and then like Fefe from Feferona, so Fefe, so like Boss Chili or Chief Chili.
Or Chili Boss.
Nice ring to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. That's a good name. Yeah, awesome, mate. And because like a few people, like I put him going, Goran, they say Chili Champ, Jefe Verona, they're going, what? What's that mean? They're going, is that Spanish? What language is that? Yeah, and like it's funny, he said that was Serbian, and I'm like, I tried to go Google Translate. Google Translate goes error.
Nah.
I was like, okay. I was like, I guess not then. So I was very curious to see how you came up with that, and So how old were you? You reckon? How young were you when you tried your first chili or you had your first chili experience? You reckon?
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, the a lot of the wok foods, a lot of spice in it and stuff here and there. So I wouldn't like a particular time, but I do remember back in Newtown in Sydney, I was at this restaurant and they had this sauce. It was on the list. It was mother effing sauce, and then there was one that they said that wasn't on the menu. Just as a shit, I'm like, oh, let me try that one to come with the food. And he's the guy's come out. He's brought like a little saucer and a little tiny teaspoon full of it. I'm like, oh, what's this like? Is that all I get? Sort of thing. He's like, oh, trust me, man. You'll see when you try. And I was being a smart ass.
That's all you need.
Teaspoon in my mouth and, yeah.
G'day, Pete. So this is Pete from Peter Eden from WA. He was one of the previous WA chili champs. He was known as NMC, needs more chili. He's a hell of a competitor as well, and oh my god, he can munch a pot. Far out.
Nice.
So yeah, it's interesting. So g'day, Pete. Good to see you in the house. So yeah, look. That being said, you sort of started early. You've done a few things here and there, and then you got in this comp. How often are you regularly eating chili? Is it a regular thing, or is it just sort of like what be? Or
yeah, sort of every now and then. Like if I'm having food and stuff, sometimes I'll be like, I'll make it a bit spicy, whatever. But I don't go to extremes and smashing all this heavy stuff. I just find that it's got no taste. Like 90% of the really super hot stuff, like it's just fire.
Absolutely, it's funny. Yeah. It's hard to sort of balance that flavor and fire kind of thing that we're saying there, because like it's one thing to sort of do things for a challenge or to do things because you're like, oh, because I can, or to prove yourself or whatever, or in a competition, it's kind of state. But it's another thing, a totally different thing in your regular everyday life to go, do I really want to do that to myself every day or regularly? Am I going to enjoy it? Not really, and does it taste it? Not really, And that's the thing. And so one of the interesting things you're probably going to see in our national comp coming up, which is July 5th, guys. If you're wherever you're watching, it's Sawtell Chili Festival, July 5th. Is we aim to try and bring you guys flavor as well, right? So we're going to throw you some really tasty stuff, but we're also going to throw you some really, challenging to get down, because, like I was saying before, the whole point, people go, why do you not just eat raw chilies in the Australian Chili Champs? Why are there so many products? Why is it some of it just weird? Like, why is it different, And I'm like, because A, we don't want to be boring, but B, we want to challenge you guys in every possible way, right? And like, there's plenty of chili competitions out there where it's just raw chilies, and there's plenty of competitions where it's just products. But I wanted to try and encompass everything, and at the same time, I wanted to challenge our competitors from all across Australia in every way possible. So we're going to be doing things where we're going to test your heat tolerance, we're going to test your gag reflex, we're going to test your consumption ability. We're going to see how much pain you can handle and for how long, kind of thing, And then obviously that last round, if you guys make it to round 30, because there's 30 rounds, by the way, is a speed round. And like the speed rounds are so infamous, people love them or people hate them, they're really divisive, and I'm not a huge fan of speed rounds, but like sometimes people just don't want to give up. So you just got to throw it at the gauntlet and just see what happens, see what sticks, So how does that make you feel, sort of learning and knowing more about that and going,
yeah, it's a bit of a G up, and it's just interesting to see, like you said, like everyone's got their own strength and weaknesses in the competition. Wise, like you said about the pods and the sauces and extracts and all that sort of stuff. Everyone's got a preference. So just like you said, it's going to come down to everyone having a crack and seeing how far they can go with it.
Absolutely.
Like well, the other thing I want to say is congratulations on the Dust of Destiny.
Because thanks, mate. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. Like I'm pretty happy with this. This is the one, guys. The Dust of Destiny.
Yeah. I actually got some when I won that hamper. You gave me some of that too, and I've been using it as a body scrub. My wife says I've never tasted it smells so good, bro.
As a body scrub, that's great. There you go. Feeling fresh. That's fantastic, mate. So yeah,
it's really good. It's really tasty.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Like it's one of those products where like I'm pretty proud of like stuff like Tribute and stuff like that, and I love the sauce. But I didn't realize how much I would love this product. Like not trying to G up or bullshit or whatever. I was just amazed how well it turned out, and I'm so proud of it because like I eat this stuff every day. I put it on so many meals. Like I'm yet to find out what it doesn't go on. I think it might not go well on cereal, but or maybe I don't know. But so far I'm yet to see a meat that it doesn't go on. It goes on and cheesy and like veggies and stuff. My missus, she's a veggie. She's put it on grilled veggies and like mushies and stuff. I'm going, mate. It's just I'm just surprised at how diverse it is as a product. So it was pretty awesome to see us win the gold in Mr. Chili. And I'm pretty stoked about that. The was it Peter says don't get it in your eye though. You'll get the smoky eye. The old paprika,
even your sauce too, man. Your sauce is really good too. I remember halfway through competition when like it was just fire, and then your sauce came in, and that was actually really nice taste. And yeah,
thanks, really mate. Yeah, it was funny. Well, we we should probably talk about this part as well. South Australia was there's a unique problem that we had there where there was a brief outbreak of fruit fly in the area.
Yeah.
So, man, we were all systems go. Like, I don't know if you could see our faces, but we all of us were run ragged trying to figure out how to get around fruit fly laws, but legally, of course. Like, we wanted to make sure we put on a show, that we made the competition as best as possible and brought the best chilies as fresh and as tasty and as hot as possible for you guys, but also within the confines of the law. And it turns out that can be quite challenging when there's like a miniature fruit fly outbreak, and so we're like, whoa. So we had to figure out where the red zones were. We had to figure out where green zones were and yellow zones. And was it you can take something from a green zone and put it into a yellow or red zone, but you can't take something from a red zone and put it into a yellow zone, and you can't take something from a yellow zone and put it in a red zone. And like this was all new to me because I'd never been to South Australia. you know. So except for Willunga, but we didn't have that problem in Willunga, right? And so I didn't know. Well, I knew of these laws, but I didn't know the specifics of it, and it was just so we had to be careful with what we're doing and how we did it. But we amazingly pulled it off, and so it's funny because of that. Unfortunately, we were flying by the seat of our pants. Unfortunately for Tom. And
That's
a lot
crazy.
of the rounds were out of order. So
Okay.
because of that, it was supposed to be ascending. And
Yeah.
and like this is something you would notice. You're going, oh, it's all fire, and then suddenly we had this source, you know, and the source was
Well,
supposed to be
that explains it now, because
the source was supposed to be more towards the sun.
Yeah. At the start, when we had the I just remember, like, obviously first time doing this, gloved up, ready to go, plates in front of us, looking left and right, and I remember that first jalapeno that they brought out, and they come behind us, and just grab one. So I grabbed one, put on the plate, and I've like looked left, looked right, and I'm like, everyone's got a jalapeno, and I look down, I've got like the John Holmes of jalapenos just sitting in front of me. I've never seen a jalapeno that big, and I'm like, what the hell, man? I said, just because of that, I'm gonna like give it my best now. So I'm gonna have a crack, and that was hot. Yeah,
that's what you want to do. You want to be faced with adversity and go, stuff it. I'm going to do it anyway. You know, like, and that's great, mate. I love that kind of that mentality. And we sort of talking about that Spice Legends behind the scenes in the back of the studio before, is that a lot of what is in chili competitions is your mentality. And I think this year it's going to be even more important than previous years because the previous year we always have this one favorite where we're like, it was like Greg Iron Guts Barlow, where he previously had 160 Carolina Reapers in a world record attempt, and he did it, and he just ate them like they're lollies. And then he got beaten by Gabby, who she just seemed unstoppable and was stomping everyone that she came across left, right, and center. And Gabby actually had proven no pain receptors and no heat receptors. So for her, it was just like eating capsicums. You know, she kind of looked bored, which is crazy, right? Like, it's so weird, you know, to see that. So like we're not having to shout at you, Gab. It's just amazing to see, you know. And then at the same time, seeing all these big, tough, rough-looking men like crying in the corner, puking and stuff like, and she's like, yeah, you know. So this year will be interesting because there's no one like that this year. Like the favorite currently is obviously Dom because he won last
Dom's
year.
the benchmark now, so yeah,
he's the benchmark, but Dom hasn't got any genetic advantages. He feels it. He absolutely feels it. You saw, if you watched the New Zealand footage, he was hurting.
Oh, yeah.
He was really hurting. But he's just his willpower got him there. He's just tunnel vision. He's just like, and if it wasn't tunnel vision, it was just like that animal aggression where he's just, let's fucking do it. Oh, I was like, oh, geez, like he's gonna start throwing stuff soon, you know?
Yeah.
And then like I think he said to me as well, what was interesting. I thought this is such an Aussie thing to say. At the New Zealand champs, they had beers in front of them as their temptation or their drink to get out, to be disqualified instead of milk. And he goes, "Oh man, the beer's more tempting than the milk." Like, I was like, "Oh my, you couldn't be Aussie. You could not be Aussie, mate." Like, it's just so funny to see that the Kiwi's like, "What?" Like, is he serious, bro? Like, you know, I'm like, no, he's serious. Like, it's just so funny. But then at the same time, they're all like curved, like bent over, going, oh, and he's just like up there, the tiger, motherfucker. You know, I was like, and like we had the live stream going, look at the dudes, like, you know, and I was trying to stab at the other guys. It was just really funny, just that different aspects of where they were mentally, and they're just like holding in, and he's just like, I got the tiger. No, I'm like, what? Yeah, it was really interesting. So I guess like my next question is going to be, that's Mum, was it? Our new favorite round. Thanks, Mum.
Typical Wog.
What's the Serbian name for Mum? Is it Mama or Mama or
Mama or Keva? Yeah,
Keva. Mama Keva. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Hey, Mama Keva. So, like, that being said, we're just sort of talking about mentality. Have you got a certain thing specifically that works for you, or is there a certain
I think
strategy that you employ?
It's a bit of the old family crest. It's basically like, obviously come from the family. If he dies, he dies. Basically, I've got a bit of a link with Ivan Drago. My
That's what I was going to say. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah, it's that character is actually based on my uncle. Yeah.
What's that?
That Ivan Drago is actually based on my uncle from the story for Rocky IV. So
No way.
His name was Selin Drago.
Selin Drago. What a cool name, man. Wow.
Part-time
Wow.
part-time
Maybe
drug
that
dealer
could
back in
have been your name, Drago or something. That's pretty cool, mate. Wow, that's
above. But yeah, like that's all it is, man. Just going hard out. I'm just going to go as far as I can. Like all respect to everyone that does it. You're not gonna get any beef or any talk from me, like any chat. Like just a humble dude that's gonna have a crack and see how far I can go.
That is the other thing I noticed about you. You're actually quite a quiet guy. It's funny. You're sort of that gentle giant kind of thing because you're not little. Like I'm talking to you going, yeah, how you going, mate? You know, what's the air like up there? Like, I'm 6 foot and I'm just looking up at this dude going, what? So, yeah, it's funny. But then you're actually very quiet and sort of soft spoken, which is it's such an interesting mix. You know, like you're saying there. What was it? You had chili. You said you had the James what chili? When he gave you the jalapeno?
Oh yeah, I said the John Holmes chili.
John Holmes. John Holmes is not exactly quiet either, is he? That's what I'm saying. Danny Wilson, let's go, Goran! Yeah, and Tracy Chilli from Tracy's Chili Obsession. Well. Yay, go South Australia. We'll be cheering you on, bud. So this is Tracy Chilli from Tracy's Chili Obsession.
Thanks, Tracy.
Yeah. And Tracy, wow, she makes some evil, devilish, and tasty stuff. That's very, very spicy. She's made some of the rounds for us in the previous years, and they're absolute chef kiss, beautiful with the flavor. But geez, they're devilishly hot. They're dangerously hot, you might say. And her partner is Tony, which is the creator of Budgie's Jerky. So we're going to have some jerky rounds this year. And so they were the same like last year, and he makes some delicious jerky, but geez, he knows how to turn up the heat. He really does. So he's a bit of a meat master. I'm sure Tracy says that. Let's probably keep that comment PG, but he knows how to make really tasty meat. You know, he's one of the few guys I can confidently say I want his meat in my mouth. But yeah, it's just sort of funny just to see that everyone has this kind of way that they conduct themselves and what works for them. So obviously you got that Ivan Drago kind of mindset where if he dies kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is there a specific strategy that you said you've watched Dom, and the difference between Dom and Gabby is that Dom is just all willpower. What do you think your strategy is going to be going against Dom in knowing that?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It'll just be like, even though that first competition that I did, it was just I just focused. I looked up at the hills, Adelaide Hills, and not looking at anyone. And I think even like not to look at anyone's faces, like you said as well, plays a big part, because even the noises, when I got to the end of that other one, it was up against the chili grower, and I thought, like, I actually thought he was going to take it out. Seeing these chili growers up on stage, like they're experienced, they're experts and stuff, and then just when I seen a bit of him looking over and like he's a little bit red and he starts gagging and stuff, so I thought, no, just focus, get in the zone. But it got to a stage where I think we did like 20 rounds or something like that. Close to, or
15 or 16.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I got towards the end, and I just had this like cool calm, like someone hit the aircon switch on and kicked in. I was like, yeah, hit the second gear. I'm like, okay, like let's go, start again. Yeah.
He had a second win, mate. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Absolutely. You can see that with some guys, like where they're like, oh, and you see that they're just trying to find that comfort zone, like, oh, where does it hurt the least, you know?
Yeah,
and then eventually they sort of breathe it out, and then they're like, all right, I'm back. I'm back, baby. East Chili Sauce Distributors, Gary and Jane. G'day, legends.
Gary and Jane. Shout out to Gary and Jane. Yeah, looking after us over here in SA.
If you guys don't know, whoever's watching, Chili Sauce Distributors are Goran, or our South Australian Chili Champs sponsor for this year and for a previous year as well. So thank you so much to you guys for sponsoring the gear. Go and check out their stuff, as well as Chili Sauce Distributors stock our gear, our tribute, including our Dust of Destiny, which just won gold, and was it the first place for 2024 medium heat sauce tribute. So grab your tribute gear there as well if you're in South Australia. Or you go on their website, chilisaucedistributors.com, I believe, and facebook.com/Chili Sauce Distributors. Yeah. So that being said, they're obviously your sponsors. Their other responsibility is burning the absolute crap out of you to prepare you for the competition that's coming. What are you doing in preparation for the competition?
Well, first shout out goes to Danny from Up in Smoke. He's given me some of Uncle Mungo's OC drops.
Oh
And,
yeah.
I've just been eyeballing that every couple of days.
Eyeballing?
No, not eyeballing. No, just doing the
You're
drops, just getting
the
used
cops
to it.
can't do shit. Pepper spraying was it that thing Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
King Kong ain't got shit. Pepper spray ain't got nothing on me. I can imagine you like walking around LA right now going, and then
I'm doing these ones. Then Frank the Tank, we're streaking.
Frank the Tank, come on. Danny Wilson says, "You're welcome, Goran." Thank you very much, Danny Wilson.
Thanks, Danny.
Sounds like you've got a good team around you. It's awesome that they've gotten behind you. Obviously, we want to see every single competitor do their absolute best. So. You've got some truly interesting beasts to try and thwart in Sawtell. Because like even Dom, he's seen, Chili's Sauce Distributors. I've got some hot sauces to get to you. There you go. So that's from Jane and Gary. Thank you, Jane and Gary. So considering that, other than just not looking in the eyes, is there any other strategies that you're going to try and employ to defeat these guys? Because obviously none of them will be easy to beat. They're not going to take it lying down.
No, yeah, this is serious competition, man. Like even I know a little bit about Vince. He does those food challenges and stuff, and he's basically like a garbage disposal.
He's a consumption eater. Yeah, I've seen him eat 15 kilos of food in 10 minutes and going.
That's why when you said when I heard about the speed eating, like it's obviously like 90 minutes, 30 rounds is 3-minute rounds. So, how does it work? Does you have to like chew for a certain amount of time, or can you just dump it down, or?
With their competition, you've got to at least chew it twice, then get it down. Yep. So and then you've got to swallow. But I'm going to tell you, straight up from experience, don't swallow it straight down. It makes it so much worse because while that it's just bad, it's really bad. And then like the other thing is like when it's all over, you're like, sweet, get in your mind like get this stuff out. It has to come back out in one piece, and that's not fun either. Because it's not just that it's a lot to get out and hurts, but it's like a lot for the throat to go, and you just got to think about anytime you've eaten anything sharp like Doritos and then you've needed to puke, it hurts coming back up. So I encourage everyone to chew as much as you can before you get it down because, 99% of the time, if you're competing in a comp like this, you're going to try and get it out after. And I recommend it. I recommend purging after because we've got some truly evil stuff for you guys. And this is not stuff that you want to have in your normal diet. This is not normal stuff because these competitors, including yourself, are not normal people. I affectionately refer to you guys as freaks of nature, affectionately. Because, like a lot of these guys are either seasoned or they're just absolute batshit crazy, So it's good to see everyone they're going to just give it their absolute best, including yourself. But my red hot tip is, obviously do whatever works for you in the competition, but if you can, try and chew it as much as you can because it sucks coming back up and you don't want to make it worse and more painful coming up. Yeah.
Like that first competition, after I got off stage, that's when I started getting those gremlins you said of the gut. I just felt like
the cat crab.
Quite from Total Recall, like he's open your mind. I was like, open my ass, man, get this shit out. Like I need to get it out.
Was it the Mighty Boosh that you said that you're quoting? Yeah, open your mind. The world of the Mighty Boosh. It's like open your mind to the world of the fiery shit. So Danny Wilson says, always remember,
just that the delirium.
What was that?
The delirium came over, and like I was just like, you come up giving the details of him, and man, you're like, I could see the colors and stuff. Your eyebrows are moving around your face and stuff, and I was like, what's going on, man? Like I need to get this stuff out. Yeah. So did they give me mushrooms or chilies? What's going on? Yeah.
So that's the chili high. So a lot of people refer to that. So when you've gone past your normal threshold or your normal tolerance of chili, what's it? G'day, Daddy, was it? When you go past your normal tolerance, your brain goes, you don't want to deal with this, and it releases endorphins into your bloodstream and your brain, and it feels like you've got this weird high, but it's a chili high. It's weird. It's a natural, legal, healthy chili high.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, you trip of balls. It's weird, and like you said, things can move. You start to see different colors. You're like, whoa, like what's happening? Like you just said, like I I remember having a chili from Tasmania, which turned out to be a chili that's a new breed that is, and I can confidently say, hotter than a Reaper, which has just blown me away. And this guy's got a bag of them, and I've tried the first one and gone, and like it's just booted way past my normal tolerance level. And I'm sitting there, and I've just timed it like out of scientific curiosity to see what the hell is going to go on. And like I had to lay on the couch going, oh, what the? And I'm like burning, like ridiculous burn for an hour and 15 minutes going, what the hell was that? You know? So I know exactly what you're saying there. That chili high is no joke. You just go on, what's going on? Like you just get all loopy and all wow.
Yeah.
So it's no joke. But so yeah, I did remember seeing that look in your eyes where you're all glazed over, and I'm like, okay, I'll try and talk to his partner and give him a break.
Yeah, well, that was that photo that you got. With that photo you got of me, that was that moment with the metal hanging over my beard. I was just like, what's going on, man? Yeah, where am I? Yeah.
Going to Melbourne Sunday, bringing back some triple extra chili Goran. There you go. So bringing back some Melbourne stuff for the chili sauce distributors. There you go. Does that make you worried, or are you excited to take on that challenge?
Nah, I'm just going to give it a go, man. I don't care. Like I said, if he dies, he dies. Like, it's, yeah.
So is that like a family mantra because you're actually related to the real Ivan Drago? Is that the story?
No, that was just the shitster, man. Yeah, I was making that one up. Yeah, just a G.
Oh, so no, not related to Drago. Is that what you're saying? No. Oh, okay. Wow. You're good, mate. You sound like you're fun like to hang out with the pub. What was that chili porn? Thanks, Danny.
After 30 rounds, I reckon it will be chili porn. Yeah.
So what does your family and friends think of this stuff? Do they think it's crazy or is it proud or?
Yeah, they like majority of them saying this is just typically something you do, like just something stupid and out there and crazy. So, and a lot of them I haven't told, so they're probably just finding out now about this. So I'm probably going to hear about it tomorrow from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they're just like, what have you got yourself into?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Dare I ask, what does Mum think? Does she think this is good, or is she just like?
Oh, pretty much on par with what Dom's mum said.
There's the response. He is the clown of the family.
Yeah. No, just like what Dom's mum said. Like about the health stuff, but then like you better go and win it, sort of thing. So yeah.
There you go. That's the typical mum. He's like, you're really stupid, but go and win it, you bastard.
Oh, very naughty boy.
Yeah, he's not the size of naughty boy. I love that. So, are you bringing up any of the troop or the family up for the occasion, or what's the deal?
I don't know yet. Like, the first event obviously had my wife and two girls there, and they were sort of my eldest daughter sort of read the waiver as she was sitting in the crowd. I just see her tearing up. I didn't know what was going on, and she was like all the stuff that she was worried about. Like, oh my God, what if this happens to Dad and stuff? So I don't know if I should actually bring him along. So.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, like, my hero, but yes, stupid. Thanks, Angelica. That's love. That's love. I love it. That's great. She accepts you for all your faults and your good parts as well, but she's like, yeah, but you're stupid, mate. That's all right. Don't worry. I've heard that plenty of people say the same thing about the other competitors. Have you got a particular thing? Sorry, what?
Like I said, it's just like with life, man. You win some, you lose some, like whatever. But if you're going to be F-wit about it, you're always going to be remembered and only remembered as an F-wit in doing it. So you just got to give it a crack either way. And like,
well, I think if you're going to give something crazy a crack, you may as well go as hard as you can, right? Like,
yeah.
Why? Like, there's a famous video somewhere where it's like don't cry to quit, cry to keep going. Don't if you're already in pain, get a reward from it, you know? And I'm like, you know, and it sounds like you've cultivated a similar kind of mental strength and strategy similar to that. Is that right?
Yeah, well, pretty like to sum it up, it's basically like we're all going to taste death. So how many of us actually taste life? So you got to give it a go, man.
That's good. I like that. It's a bit of. I start to write that down. And so, like, after all your experiences that you've had with chili thus far, have you got a favorite that you sort of play on where you either prefer having raw chili or you're more into your products or
obviously I thought about that, and the second event was just basically it was just pods, like speed round. I actually don't have a favorite, man. I actually like all of it. It's like a bit of a weird kink now. It's like 50 Shades of Chili.
You kick and what? you like your missus. You're like, nah? And she's like, no.
Out comes the body rub again.
Is that body rub? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what? I remember I de-seeded a bunch of chilies. I was like de-seeding chilies for over an hour or something. And I washed my hands a couple of times, but I could still, like, my hands were red from all the chili oil because I was wearing gloves, but I still somehow managed to get it on. I don't know. Like, that's why I don't wear. They go, why do you wear black all the time? And I'm like, because I'm messy. I'm a messy person, and I don't know how to keep my shirt clean. And every time I wear white, I get it dirty in 5 minutes. It's always dirty, so that's why I wear black, because it gives the illusion of cleanliness, but I'm just not. I always get dirty somehow. I don't know. And I used to have a nickname called Filthy with a PH because I used to always come back filthy as at the end of the day. But but anyway, long story short, I've done all this stuff, and I've washed my hands, and I've cleaned it as best I could. Washed my hands 3 times, and I go to kiss my girlfriend. She's like, "Don't touch me, don't touch me." What? I'm like, "But?" She goes, "Don't touch me." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." She's like, "I just don't trust you. We don't kink shame in this community." What's that thing? We don't shame, we just listen. And then people go on. Is there a particular pod that you've become a favorite of or a fan of yet? Or
I've always liked the habanero. Habanero's always been the good one. Like, it's got that fruity flavor and stuff, and it goes both ways. There's a bit of spice, a bit of flavor. Even the ghost scorpion and stuff like that, I've cooked with that as well a fair bit. So
I've become a bit of a fan of the Ghost. The Ghost seems to be my favorite because it's probably like the most amount of heat you can have. G'day, Josh Shotter. This is Josh Shotter's watching from New Zealand. I really like the Ghost flavor because it's not really a flavor. It sounds silly to say, actually. It's sort of, you can put it in almost any dish and it takes on the flavor of the dish instead of changing the flavor, if that makes sense.
It's like umami, chili umami. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it kind of, it's in the, I mean, in the sense that like you put a Reaper in a dish and you know immediately, there's Reaper in that. You can smell it straight away. You can taste it straight away. Yeah, that's Reaper in it, you know. But with Ghost, all it just seems to do is just boost the heat level a bit, but it doesn't change the flavor. It falls into the flavor and sinks in and mixes in with it like seamlessly. And I really appreciate that about Ghosts, and they're just a really cool kind of chili, you know. Whereas Reapers, you know, as soon as you have one or you smell one, you're like, yeah, I know that. I know exactly what that is. And there's no getting away from that flavor or that bitterness or that pungency. You're like, yeah, that's there it is. And there's just no running away from it, you know? Yeah. Reaper pod filled with sauce and OC drops. There you go. Is that what you're giving?
That's going to be my dessert
for lunch tomorrow.
Lunch, dessert.
I agree. Ghost is very versatile. I reckon it burns differently to most of the chilies. Yeah, I agree, Danny. That's what I'm saying. It's a really versatile chili, and it seems to blend in with dishes a lot more. And I appreciate it for that factor, because like one of the things that you were saying, thanks, Lowell. What Danny was saying and what we were saying before is like in your regular daytime and your regular life, are you going to eat stupid hot chilies that are just bitter and ridiculously hot and no flavor or whatever? Probably not. But are you going to eat something where it's going to augment your dish and improve it, you know? And I feel like Ghosts sort of do that for dishes, if that makes sense.
100%, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So is there any training and prep and conditioning that you guys are doing, or that the chili sauce distributors are doing that you're doing, or is it a bit of a hush-hush kind of thing? Or
it's all related, yeah, man. Can't say anything. We've got to keep our cards close. No. It's it. No, I after the first event, like, I didn't realize it was going to go like state and then nationals, and then I was like, shit, I better get into this. So I went and bought a chili plant, and the other day I actually pulled all the pods off and made a sauce out of it, just having a crack. So
good on you.
Yeah, experiment a little bit. Yeah.
What's the plant? What were you growing?
It was one. It's got had bishops, caps, reapers, Thai red chilies all in the one pot. So,
oh wow! So I've got a whole mix. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate.
Just experimenting. Yeah.
And so, are you a bit of a green thumb as well? Like, are you good with your hands are growing as well?
I'm more so with the cooking and stuff. So yeah, I'm sort of experimenting now with the growing. So
Oh, there you go.
They mentioned growing in SA. I don't want to get in trouble.
Why would you get in trouble in SA for growing?
Oh no,
Doing something else. Okay, that's the other green stuff. It's funny. It's funny you do mention that, and like a bit of a side note, I have noticed that growing, let's say certain green
salads,
things,
yeah,
green salads, or trees. That it seems to be a transferable skill to chili growing. A lot of chili growers I've noticed over the time, no matter where they are in the world, some of the best chili growers were ex-growers of that. And it's a very interchangeable skill set because it's a similar lifetime, a similar growth cycle. And there is some methods where you can sort of starve the plants or sex starve them, which makes them a bit more potent as well. So it makes the pods more potent. There is some interchangeable skills and knowledge that those growers seem to have to do that. And I know some of the best in the world, especially a lot of American growers. I won't name names, but they've had those same kind of skills from that, and they've just transferred it into chilies and gone, well, this is more legal and less dangerous, and less legal consequences. So I might stick with this, because obviously, you can do stuff with that, but I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. But I'm just saying, it's just really interesting and unique that you can go from one thing to this other thing, thinking it's completely different, but they're so similar, like biologically. It's such an odd little circle of life, right? Circle of life. Simba, but it burns. So what are your thoughts on the other competitors? Is there certain tricks or tips that you've got for yourself where you're managing? You said one thing about Dom where you're not going to look at his face. What do you have you sussed out the rest of your competition?
Not really, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm still new to this, so I'm sort of working my way through to see who's actually in this and what it's about. But like, I'm not gonna get any trash talk to anyone, or you're not gonna.
I encourage it. If you want to trash talk, do it. No, man. We're at Australia, mate. Like, if we don't trash talk people at a competition, something's wrong. So people are like, but sportsmanlike. I'm like, no. Unsportsmanlike is like walking up and slapping him in the face. Like, this is Australia. It's weird if you're not giving each other the quick little jabs, and going, I encourage it. Absolutely. We've got the group. That was the other reason why
I'm the novice.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I asked for your Facebook thing, because we've got a Facebook chat with all the competitors, and they're welcome to give each other shit all day, every day. It's fantastic, because
that's probably my kryptonite to all of them, because they can't find me on social media, so then they'll never know what I'm thinking or saying. So
okay, fair enough. Yep, that's true. So it's good to be unique. That's cool. But the other thing is that there's some interesting competitors. So there's another bloke with a pretty whopping big beard from Queensland.
Okay.
The Queensland champ is called David, aka the Flamin' Bogan, right? And he's got a sizable beard just like you, mate. And he's not just a chili eating machine; he's a baby making machine. He's got 7 kids.
Yeah.
And wow. I was just like, mate, like you're not far off a footy team. And he goes like, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. But he's a bit of an animal too. He won 3 chili competitions in one day, and then came second in the 4th all in the same chili festival on the one day, right? And he came second in the 4th one only because it was a chili pizza, and the first person to finish the pizza wins, and he missed by 1 slice. I was like, wow, the Tasmanian guy. In Tasmania, they have Australia's hottest chili pizza, and Dom tried it. First time he failed, second time he got it. But it's hard. I've done it myself, and I was lucky to get just under 2 slices down. I got a slice and a half, and my stomach and my guts are just gone. No, not at all. Whereas their champion ate 3 of them in a row.
Wow.
So that's saying something. And like when you go into the place when they eat the pizza, they're cooking it. Everyone they go, right, we're going to cook this pizza, and the whole shop evacuates, right? Yeah. And like you walk, and he goes, the owner of the place is go, come here, smell this, tell me what you think. And I walk in and go, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm trying to have a piss and I'm going, and I'm like, trying, like, well, I guess it's shaken now, whatever. Shaken, not stirred. So, yeah, there's some interesting guys. You mentioned Vince before. Vince is an interesting character because he's a bodybuilder turned consumption eater turned chili competitor. And I'm like, wow, haven't seen that before. That's new. So I don't know how it's going to go for him. It could go really, really well for him, or it could go really bad. I don't know. But he's an interesting character in himself. Seeing a dude demolish 15 kilos of food in 10 minutes or less. Just
that's nuts, man. That's crazy. Yeah.
So I don't think the consumption part's going to be the issue for him. But then I haven't seen him eat that many extracts. Will that be his kryptonite? We don't know. I've seen him. Yeah, he ate a stack of pods in Melbourne, and Melbourne is probably arguably one of the hardest chili comps in Australia. I'd probably say only second to my comp, the Australian Chili Champs, because they don't just do one competition; they do 2 rounds. So they have a round 1 or a heat 1, right? Then a heat 2, and then the second and first place of those 2 heats then face off in a final round. So even though they've been eating and they're burning, they're still going to wait to then compete in the final. And I'm going, oh, because like even if you do puke that stuff out and purge it, it's still going to hurt the guts, and you're still going to go, why am I putting more of this in me? What is wrong with me? And that's I'm sure that's mentally a hard thing to get past. And so for Vince to win that as well, I see why a lot of the previous champions are from Melbourne. So it obviously breeds a lot of good competitors from Melbourne there as well. Is that something that worries you, or are you just challenge?
No, let's battle. Let's go to war. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing we were saying before is you're not really eating chili that regularly in your diet. But then our WA chili champ currently, Luca, the chili warrior, I said to him, how often are you eating chili? And he goes, if there's not chili in it, I ain't interested. Like he's like, he eats chili in every meal. He's just like, can't get away from it. He loves it too much. I was like, wow, like he's deep in the chili addiction, So that's really interesting. And Northern Territory chili champion, he's an interesting character as well. He's a bit of a cowboy, you might say. And I don't know if it's the pain, the thrill, or the adrenaline. It's something interesting, about it. I think they just sort of breed him different in the Northern Territory.
I think they actually played a bit of footage. I think he was saying that he downed some KFC just before the night, had a big night, and then just went and smashed it. So.
No, that was the previous champ. This guy beat that guy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's right. So last year's Northern Territory / Darwin champ, that's the Spirit Goran-Sa Chilli sauce distributors. He came 5th this year, right? This guy came 1st. And then the second guy gave up, and they went past Reapers. So they've eaten hotter than Reapers as well. And what's it called? Second place gave up, goes, I'm done. He was the guy that came 3rd last year. He came 2nd this year. He just wanted to see if he can do better. And we said to Kieran, he's AKA the twin father, sort of like the Godfather. Man, have an offer, I can't refuse. And we said to him, look, you can rest in your laurels now. You've won. Or you can give the people what you want and eat the rest of this round, finish this round. He goes, stuff it. Smashes down like a mashed chili mash sauce and another Reaper and then another world's hottest corn chip. And he goes, let's do it, And I was like, wow, that's real. That's impressive, to know that you've already won. It's over. You're like, let's keep going.
No, that's awesome. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good
show.
It'll
definitely be a show, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. Because no, none of these guys are going to take it lying down. And, our ACT champ as well. Unfortunately, the guy that did win, he had to step down because he is in, I think it's military college or something, or for the AFP. So he's a hell of a competitor. But the guy that came second to him, he's no slouch either. And he's been training his ass off as well to get in. So Tom, a.k.a. the Spicy Chipper, he's going to be there as well. It'd be interesting to see how Tom goes because he's probably similar to you on your level where he's a bit more novice, but he's a bit of an adrenaline junkie too. He likes to push his limit and see what he can do as well. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So, look, it's funny that we've sort of come full circle on this a little bit and you've now pushed to be in this national comp, which you didn't realize you're going to be in because you didn't know that you're going to win, and you didn't know that was the one of the prizes of winning. Are you going to advice to people that want to try doing what you're doing and getting into this kind of game?
You just got to give it a crack, man. I always say you only live twice, and it's better to be safe than Serbian. So just do it, whatever it is. Yeah.
Say that again. It's better to be safe than Serbian.
Yeah. It's better to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. It's better to be safe than Serbian. So Serbians are pretty crazy with some of the stuff they do. So.
Because you mean you're trying to say that Serbians aren't sorry? Is that what you mean?
No, just go gung ho.
That's true. I never heard one of my Serbian friends say sorry. That's a good point. Yeah.
You can ask my wife. Will probably say the same thing. Yeah.
So is your wife Serbian as well, or is she Aussie?
No, my wife's Croatian. So the kids discipline themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do Croatians and Serbians get along, or is it just
man? Yeah, I think that's just all hyped up media and stuff. You might get some super ultra freaks that still got a bit of the hatred and stuff, but we're all the same, man.
Wow, absolutely.
Repping the Balkans.
So remember how I was talking? Yeah, repping the Balkans. So remember how I was talking about the golden boomerang? Here it is here. So here's the trophy. People are going, oh, is it really a golden boomerang? Like we were talking to old mate that was the event organizer. And I said the golden boomerang, and he goes, oh, you shouldn't be saying racist stuff about boomerang. I'm like, no, bro. It's an actual golden boomerang. He's like, oh. I'm like, it's a literal, it's a 1 meter trophy. Like you said, it's gigantic. So, the winner this year, just as the previous years, they'll get their name engraved in this bad boy forever. Oh, nice. So we've got Greg Iron Barlow won twice. Then David, the Queensland guy, he won the next year. And then we had Dom. But the funny story with David, he'll probably tell you as well, it's such an Aussie thing. He did a bit of a Bradbury. Like, do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So previously this competition was all online, mainly because of COVID. Like we had to deal with the C word, and everyone got sick of the C word. I'm very, very sick of the C word, right? And so we had to do everything online and whatever and go from there. And it was just unfortunate timing. And so this 1 year, this storm had gone through and wiped out the signal for what was it? Canberra, New South Wales, and Queensland all at the same time. No, not Queensland. Was it Tasmania, Canberra, Melbourne? It doesn't matter. The point was it just knocked out all these guys' signals, and we could not get this signal back. No matter what we did, it was so frustrating, both on my behalf with so much time and effort and organising, and their behalf because they've done all this training, and I was so furious and frustrated and upset for them. But then everyone else is going, well, the rules are the rules, and you can't be off camera. And I was like, oh yeah. And so it forced my hand, and like I'm not taking any kudos away from Dave because oh my god, he's an epic competitor. But it certainly did a bit of an etch a sketch on the board a bit, and and change the circumstances. So it was good of him to fight for his spot last year. Win it again, and then go right. Let's give it a red hot crack and see what his ability was and see what his limit was. And he's back again this year. So, what was that? Stephen Bradbury was South Australia's best speed skater back in his time. There you go. So, so you should know. Yeah, there you go. So that's a South Australian reference. But I just remember that we was ice skating, and I think it was it 2000 Olympics, one of the Olympics. And ice skating, and then he's like at the back going, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And then they all collapse, and he just goes, whee, straight past him and goes, what are you going to do?
It is what it is,
and that was Dave just going, I'll take the win. and there's not a stab at him. He's a fantastic competitor and a top bloke as well. But, he's not going to be a pushover either. And he did pretty well last year, but even he's just like, he knows it's like there's room for improvement. He's pushing. And I'm sure he's going to be pushing for his for some improvement again this year as well. Absolutely. So we might wrap it up very, very soon. But before we wrap it up, I wanted to ask what's in the future for Goran? Is this sort of going to be like a one and done competition, or are you going to keep pursuing Chile? Have we sort of opened your eyes now a bit, or what's the story?
I think I'll stick with it because I've obviously got to back it up next year with the other competitors. So yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to defend, even no matter what you do in the national comp, you have to defend your title for the state champs, right? So you got to same with like what Ben just did. So congratulations to you as well, because the fact that you did defeat the previous champ for South Australia, Ben. Ben's not exactly a pushover or a slouch either.
No, that's right. Yeah.
And like there's when no one's looking down on South Australia at all, because like South Australia has produced some pretty epic competitors. I remember we had Isaac, I think it was Isaac Mainwaring was one of the previous competitors. And we had a few epic competitors that were in the mix that just couldn't make it as well. We had Nathan Crail, but he has had some issues himself. You'll make us proud just by turning up. Yeah, exactly. That's Jane and Gary, but it's not Jane and Jerry. Jane and Gary. And Kylie Ann, you've got this for SA Goran. So that's Kylie Ann, aka the Hellfire Queen. She's an epic chili competitor and reviewer as well. I think Kylie, were you the first woman to try the Yeah Nah chocolates? Have you heard of the Yeah Nah chocolates?
No. Right?
So there's these chocolates there. They're shaped in a skull by Uncle Mungo's, and they've got 16 million Scoville pure capsaicin crystals in them. And like to put it in perspective to how hot they are, they are stupid hot. I seen someone lick it and fall to the ground and start crying. Damn, right? And Kylie was telling me that like she's had a few kids, and she said after childbirth that was worse. And I'm going, damn, like the cramps. So remember I was telling you about the gremlins. The stomach that we call them cap cramps, and she said she had like 16 hours worth of cap cramps, and she goes, "That was worse than childbirth." And I'm like, "I believe you," you know. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you believe what? There you go. See, you believe it was awesome, Kylie. And hopefully we'll see you very soon on the chili scene yourself. Kylie's had a few issues herself, but I believe that she's going to be bringing out some products next year. Is that right, Kylie? When we hope to have some of them in the comp for next year possibly as well, because we want to that's the other thing about that competition, we want to include as many products from every state as possible. We want to include every single state, not just everything from New South Wales or everything from Queensland. So we want to have a minimum of at least one product from every state. So like we're proud to bring in, one of the interesting things we're going to bring in a spicy croc jerky from Northern Territory.
Nice.
All right. That's pretty cool. We've got products from WA. We've got products from every single different state and territory in Australia. We've got something nasty from Tasmania. And I keep telling everyone about this world's hot Australia's hottest pizza. And we're going to try and endeavour to get Steve from Dino Pizza, who makes it. We're going to try and get him up next year to have at least a minimum of one slice each for you guys, cooked at Sawtell, right, and have a fresh slice each, because this pizza is brutal. It's brutal, you know. So I really hope to see. We're going to keep endeavoring to make our competition and our rounds as unique as possible. Some of the rounds you're going to notice some things that are familiar. You're going to go, oh yeah, I know what that is. And other things you're going to go, what the hell is that? What was that, Kylie? A client bought me a gummy bear and want me to do it. I'm doing it live, but only a review. Fair enough, Kylie. Good on you. Good luck. And hopefully, we've had a few discussions with Kylie. Hopefully, Kylie will be able to get one of her products in. I'm always open. So you guys, if you can email me at bernardbitesdoneunder@gmail.com or just contact me on Facebook or whatever. I'm always open to new products and chilies. But before we make a move, Goran, do you want to shout out to any of your mates or any people that you want to shout out or promote or whatever before we make a move?
No, just thanks again to Gary and Jane from Chili Sauce Distributors, and Danny as well from Up in Smoke. So I'm going to try and do you guys proud, and anyone watching, and good luck to everyone. Let's all give it a crack.
Absolutely, and I want to say absolutely, yeah. I want to say a huge thanks to the Chili Sauce Distributors, Jane and Gary, the Up in Smoke guys, and everyone else that helped us make our South Australian chili championships possible. It was our first year running chili competitions in South Australia. Unfortunately, the previous years we sort of just had to wing it and sort of do a couple of challenges, and that was about it. It was good to be there in person. It was good to be there and make it official. It was good to work in collaboration with West Torrens. It was good to work in collaboration with Wollonga. And they've invited us back next year already. They love what we did. So don't worry, South Australia. It's not the last you're going to see of us and Burn Bites Down Under. We can come back and burn you again next year. And we're just going to keep coming back bigger and better. So I'm glad we've put together a pretty good team with the South Australian guys. And I'm really proud of you, Goran, for jumping in and giving it a red hot crack, mate. And good luck in the national comp. We hope you do well. We hope all our competitors do well. We just want to see everyone do their absolute very best and just give it a red hot crack, mate.
Nice one. Yeah, I've got my my meditation training now, so I'm going to put on some Taylor Swift and lay down, face down on my
just shake it off.
Yeah.
Beauty. Awesome. All right, Goran. Well, look, I'll let you go, mate. You do your meditation. Are you going to do some meditation before the comp, or like some woosah, or is that what's happening?
Bit of everything, man. I've got a bit of nails. I lay face down on it for about an hour every day. So
love the sense of humor, mate. That's bloody awesome. You've got to bring that up to Sorto with you as well. All right, mate.
I will.
Well, Legend, have a great night.
Love you. Good night. See everybody.
We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Have a good one. All right, thank you so much, guys, for joining us here. Wow, what a character! It's good to see. We've got some ripper Aussie characters and people involved in this competition. We've got some great competitors lined up of varying abilities, of varying personalities, and yeah, it's going to be one hell of a ride. So, guys, tune in July 5th for Sawtel's Chili Festival. We're going to kick off our competition. I believe it was 11 a.m. We're going to start the comp, and we're going to go we've got an hour and a half of stage time. So we don't have the luxury of dragging it out like they did in New Zealand, unfortunately, this year. Because we've got an hour and a half to spoon feed and just absolutely shovel 30 rounds of crazy, brutal stuff into these guys' mouths and just see how they go. So, yeah, thank you very much. Need to get Team Goran SA shirts. Yes, get some done. Get some Team Goran shirts done. Absolutely. And some Chili Sauce Distributor shirts for Goran. Absolutely. But, look, that's it for our Spicy Goodness Spice Legends. Thank you so much for joining us. But for now, all I have to say is keep calm, be awesome. You.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control and if you can take it. All about your stand if you can play it. It's all about pace and who's gonna make it.